So this session is Deuteronomy 6:6. Please look that up if you get a chance. It's a very interesting verse. I mean, all the other verses that I highlighted, I walked away with going, I need to look at that a little bit more because they were that interesting. So yes, it's talking about the greatest commandment given, not the law, not the Exodus 20 verses, the 10 Commandments, not those, but the one that says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. I mean, that's the one. That's it. Jesus basically said, hey, that, along with love your neighbor as yourself, sums up all the commandments. So it's a very important passage, and it's so important that Moses in Deuteronomy 6:6 wrote, you need to discuss this with your children when you're lying down to bed, when you're walking, when you're eating, when at all times. Basically, just remind yourself about these things, talk about them. And so I highlighted it because I started thinking about it and how important the actual law is. Because even this past week, I had some relatives on Facebook post that if you're not if you're preaching and teaching about the law, then you're going against God's grace and putting him to shame or something like that. And I understand where they're coming from, but it's not exactly true, because see, Romans 7 says that you've got to teach the law and understand the law, and then you can understand sin. Because if it wasn't for the understanding of the law, I would not know sin. So, in effect, the law brings about sin. I mean, it brings about and explains. If I didn't know what coveting was, I wouldn't have coveted. I just would have really wanted something. But the law tells me it's bad. So, law brings death. That's what it does. And so, in other words, we've got to teach that so that we can truly understand God's grace. Because God's grace teaches that even though we can't keep the law, if nothing else, we can at least understand that his grace covers all the facts, all 10 Commandments, as a matter of fact. We can't keep any of them. Just the two examples that Jesus gave was the fact that if anyone looks upon a woman lustfully, he's committed adultery in his heart. And if anyone has hated somebody, then he's committed murder in his heart. So it goes beyond just the physical action. It's a heart issue, and so that's the problem. And we've got a big problem because the law states we've got to do this. So, that's Deuteronomy 6:6. We've got to talk about the fact that God is amazing. And we need to teach our children, we need to teach ourselves, and keep reminding us constantly, because in fact, without him, we're going to perish. So anyways, that's Deuteronomy 6:6. Please look it up and put some comments down below. Again, not going to debate you or talk about these things in any sort of negative fashion, but I would love to talk about them to build one another up. So anyways, that's Deuteronomy 6:6. When you get a chance, please look that up.